the bottom line is the Lakers are just too big. They're too big. They have three bigs, whereas Denver, they just have Jokic as a
They got
7-foot.
Bobo. Hold up. They got Bobo. Come on now.
Who?
I'm just saying.
Come
Their
on
biggest
now.
deal is Bobo. They just put him in the.
Mike Malone is not going to put Bobo in the lineup in the Western Conference Finals.
I don't blame. He played in game one.
Game one of.
Man, it probably was only 3 minutes, but he played in game one. He made 2 points. Bobo did that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Undrafted Views. We're here. We talk sports from the sidelines. And today we're going to get into this Western Conference Finals. And we're going to talk about the Lakers and the Nuggets game one. Yes, we are here. We are going to share. And so let's get into it.
All right, let's do it. Now, first of all, the Nuggets have no business in the Western Conference Finals. Let's just go on and get that out into the open right now. They had no business there.
Well, they need to go ahead and thank the Clippers for falling apart, because that's the only reason why they're there anyway.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. So if the debacle of the Clippers afforded the Nuggets to get in,
congratulations. Well, okay. So game one was mildly interesting in my personal opinion. The Lakers basically trounced all over the Nuggets as if they were their little brothers. And it wasn't exciting to me. The game was a dud. The referees called it lopsided, in my personal opinion. And I think they all want the Lakers to meet probably Miami in the finals. That's the way they were refereeing the game. And it's upsetting.
Yeah, you know what? It is unfortunate because this is not what it's supposed to be anyway. It wasn't supposed to be the Lakers and the Clippers if we wanted exciting Western Conference Finals. Yes, it is only game one, so it is early for the Nuggets in their trend on how they manage their 7-game series in the bubble playoffs. So right. I know that they have been able to, from the Jazz series and the Clippers series, make the games exciting, turn over poor performances when we're talking about their backs are against the wall, when it's game 3 and they're down, or game 4 and they're down 3, so I still think there's an opportunity for the Nuggets to come to show up and perhaps win one game, make it kind of exciting. But yeah. And unfortunately, their body language yesterday, now I don't remember games 1 of Jazz series or game 1 of the Clippers series. And I don't know if their body language was the same, but the way they celebrated from beating the Clippers in game 7 is though they had won the NBA finals, the way they celebrated in the locker room, it is as though that they felt like they actually have reached the pinnacle. You have not, right?
No.
Their body language that I saw in game 1, this is my opinion, it was a little deflated, especially when you had 3 players with 3 fouls in the first half, right? Jokic, Murray, and Millsap. So they were on the bench.
Yeah.
What is going on? So if this is how the series is going to go, where their top players, at least Murray and Jokic, are sitting on the bench for valuable time in the game, what?
I know.
Shut it down and let's just, go to the finals at this point. Lakers,
yeah.
I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, there is a lot of talk about the Nuggets getting very little respect from the media. And there's one player in particular that is just taking it to the hoop, Jamal Murray. I mean, he's talking to the media. He's talking about how much they're being disrespected and how people need to put respect on the Nuggets name and all this stuff, and how he signed that 5-year, $170 million contract. Well, I think he needs to allow his game to speak for itself and not talk to the press, because all they're going to do when they get bounced from this series is bring up all of his quotes. And I just don't think it's a good look for him going forward.
It's not a good look. And don't find your humble space.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Let the game speak for you. And stop feeding into the narrative that people need to respect you. Don't say it, just do it. Right?
Yeah.
Don't say it, just do it. And you in that, in that entertaining those conversations and accepting those questions and responding to those questions that the media poses to you, you are in your mind becoming a victim. In your mind, you have this victim mentality. Well, guess what? Don't nobody care about your victim mentality on the court. I'm just saying, it messes with your psyche, and it's subtle. But you will realize that now you will feel defeated when you haven't been feeling that way in the past. Your play is now going to be hindered when before you didn't let that bother you, maybe because they didn't talk about you as much as you believe they should, but you didn't feed into it. Now you're feeding into it. Nuggets, you did a great job in playing against the Clippers, but you have not won anything yet.
No.
So this series with the Lakers should be like your first series with Jazz. It should be the same mentality. And if you get that back, then you may have a chance. But if not,
no chance whatsoever. Now
you're gonna be looking silly with all these memes. Because right now, if people are not watching, the Clippers are getting ate up. So be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Because I've got people be digging deep and they will put something together and you will be embarrassed on the social media streets. Because
social media streets.
Social media streets. You hear me?
Oh my God. So look, AD pulled down 37 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists last night.
He did
Unbelievable performance. And the bottom line is the Lakers are just too big. They're too big. They have 3 bigs, whereas Denver, they just have Jokic as a 7.
Bobo. Hold up. They got Bobo. Come on now. Who?
Come on now.
Bobo. They just put him in the.
Mike Malone is not going to put Bobo in the lineup in the Western Conference Finals.
I don't blame. He played in game 1.
Game 1 of
it probably was only 3 minutes, but he played in game 1. He made 2 points. Bobo did that.
Bobo. Okay. And then so I mean, without AD, the Denver Nuggets may have won this game.
Yes.
Because he was their catalyst. LeBron only had 15 points. I mean, you sit up here and you talk about the game and then like all the highlights are of LeBron. Need I remind you that AD scored 37, 10, and 4? Why did they do that? And to me, even though Rondo scored 7 points, I think he played a great game. Playoff Rondo was in full effect last night. He had 9 assists, 7 points, and then Dwight Howard came out of nowhere. He didn't play at all. Yeah, he didn't play at all in the last series.
Yeah, Dwight Howard showed up, and I think Dwight Howard is the wild card, right? So Nuggets were not prepared because they did not see Dwight Howard in the previous series. So he was a shock factor for them, and Dwight Howard showed up. He had 13 points, I believe.
Yeah, 13 points. And he annoyed Jokic beyond belief. He kept pushing him and shoving him and just being all up under his shoulders.
Yeah.
And that would annoy any player. So Jokic, I think for the next game, he'll be prepared for that.
I think so.
And maybe he'll have more composure, and he needs not to get into foul trouble because with him and Murray on the bench, the Nuggets have no chance. No chance.
Yeah, the players out there, they tried to hold it down, but when you are only relying on Jokic and Murray to do it, you know what? Who is the Nuggets Rondo? Do they have a Rondo? Is it supposed to be Gary?
Gary.
What's his last name? Gary.
Gary. Are you thinking about Gary Trent Jr. from the Portland?
No, Gary Harris. Is Gary Harris their Rondo?
Nah. I want to go with no. And I don't even think Gary Harris played well last night. He didn't play well. Murray and Jokic were the top scorers, and they played probably 40% of the game. There you have it. And that was the game in a nutshell.
Well, he had 5 points in game 1. Gary Harris. 5 points.
That's not enough.
5 points with 25 minutes. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Ineffective, not enough. And, I'll give it to the Lakers. They played well. They played team basketball.
They played well.
Hopefully they can keep it up. They
play well. Thank you. Well, they can if AD shows up. Give credit to whom credit is due. The highlights that we should be looking at right now should be AD. Let's just be honest about it. Don't get me started. But so Nuggets. You may have had your last celebration in the bubble.
Yeah.
In Game 7 of your Clippers series. So
yeah.
you know.
And nobody is even counting on them to make it past the Lakers. Nobody. I can't find one person who said, "Oh yeah, Nuggets gonna knock out the Lakers in the."
However, I'm still weary about the Lakers being able to pull it off, because wasn't that the same narrative when the Nuggets played the Clippers?
It was, but the Clippers aren't the Lakers.
But the narrative is still the same. They did not think that the Nuggets would be able to. Majority of the people did not believe that the Nuggets would be able to beat the Clippers. I'm saying that to say it's the same start to the Lakers series. However, in my mind, the Lakers are gonna win.
Yeah,
I don't have the same like conviction that I had with the Clippers in the Nuggets series that I have with the Lakers in the Nuggets series.
Yeah.
My conviction is that the Lakers are going to bring it home. Now, will it be a sweep? I don't know. It better not be. They're going to be in. They better win one game, at least one.
Yeah, they will. It'll be a gentleman's sweep. In fact, I think the Nuggets will win game 2. And then the Lakers, and then they'll grab the Lakers' attention, and then the Lakers will finish it off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Well, you know what? I just want it to be a fun series, like a competitive series. And if it's not going to be competitive, and I wonder what
the ratings?
The ratings, yeah. I wonder what they were.
Nobody checking for Nuggets and the Lakers. I tell you that. It would have been through the roof if it were the Clippers and the Lakers. Through the roof.
I know. Too bad. Clippers, you jacked it up for everybody.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Ooh, we'll get into them on another video. You guys keep your eye out for that video.
You never gave me your prediction. You think the Lakers are going to win this series?
Oh, yeah. Lakers will finish this one off in 5.
In 5. I have Lakers in 5 as well. I'm going to give Nuggets at least one game. But they're not going to win this series. If it goes to 7, I would be surprised.
But you were surprised in the Clipper game too, the Clipper series as well. Because they were up 3-1. I said, oh, there's no way the Denver Nuggets are going to win the remaining games, because that's what they were up against. And they did.
Let me tell you what turned it for me in the Clippers and Nuggets series, game 5. When the Clippers lost game 5, after they were up 16 points, I was done. I had already, at that point, the wind came out of my balloon. I was like, Clippers going home. Oh yeah, it was horrible. And then the following 2 games, embarrassing. So
yeah. Okay. Hey, it's possible, but I still see them going home in 5.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's shoot. You know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
This series is it over already? That's how I feel about it. Is the series over already? It's horrible.
Yeah, it is. I just need the referees to officiate it fairly. And then maybe it'll feel more like a Western Conference Finals. Because right now it's seeming like a cakewalk for the Lakers. But we'll keep an eye out for game 2, and we'll still be watching the series, even though it doesn't appear to be that as entertaining as the last one.
No.
But anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to wrap this up. But until next time, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Don't forget, comment below on who you think is going to win this series, Western Conference Finals. Who do you think is going to win? And share your thoughts on the Lakers and the Nuggets play. You know, what do you think it is? Let us know. Let's talk about it in the comments.
All
Until
right.
next time.
See you guys.
Peace.